If you want to move to Florida, something that was a deep passion and a big goal for me in life, to do it responsibly, to sell my house first up north, to get a job transfer first, and then to reposition and put roots down in South Florida. And I'm happy I did it. It's been almost 8 years now since I started that journey. It takes time, but like every big project, you take it one step at a time. And the first step is you have to ask yourself, are you serious? Okay. And if you're serious, for most people that are in a standard life as far as financially, their situation, for most people, you need to sell first. Okay. And you can look at all houses, you can have this idea of when you're going to go, but if you're not going to wait to this undetermined time, okay, and if you're going to wait till you're 60 years old or older, you're going to be disappointed on how much outdoor activity you can do, because to me, Florida is for the young or middle age, because if you want to be outdoors and you want to be engaged in the hot weather, okay, don't be one of these people, oh, is it too hot? Does it rain too much? I mean, I asked some of these questions, so I don't want to be disingenuous, but at a certain point, I mean, experience it, but then if you know you want it, okay, after you visited, sell your house, okay, and sell your house in the winter or in the summer, whenever you're ready, put it at a reasonable price and get it done. Okay. Where am I going to go after I sell if I don't have a place to go? Well, you need that fire under your ass, okay? And you can rent for a little bit. I'm sure most people, you made a little money on your house or whatever the case may be. But if you don't have a fire under your ass, if you don't have urgency, if you're not committed. I remember one of the first videos I did showing how I camp in my car, I'll sleep in my car. And I remember one comment from a guy, this was years ago, I mean, I only had like 20 views per video. And one guy said, damn, man, you're committed. Damn, man, you're committed. And I took that comment as a huge compliment. I don't know, who knows the context and what he said it. But for me, I was like, yeah, you see that interruption? I don't know if you heard that horn, but that's what life is, an interruption. But focus. Yeah, I'll tell you, on your road to your message or to your goal, you're always going to have interruptions. But remember, always remember your goals. That'll keep you focused. And the point I was making with that comment, when the guy said, you're committed, man, it was like, yes, I am committed. I'm not playing games. I'm not half-assing it. I'm not the type of person to keep my phone number from an area code in Connecticut, and I live in South Florida. Why? Because when you're ready for a new life, you don't put old wine in new wine skins. Are you committed? That's the question. Are you committed? Are you half-assing it? This is what half-assers should do. Half-assers get a second house, probably can't afford it, visit, and just never commit. Okay. I mean, it's like, and I understand there's a season of life to do that. Okay, so I don't want to be disingenuous, but it's like everything in life. After a certain time you date someone, or a certain time you look at someone, paint or get off the ladder, per se, shit or get off the pot. I mean, what are you doing, man? Or girl or whatever. Are you committed? And if you're not, I mean, you're wasting fucking time. That's the whole thing, And so after you've tested the waters, I'm not telling you to skip that step, right? You got to test the waters. But then you got to ask yourself, are you committed? And most people aren't. They start like a bat out of hell. In anything, in a job, in a goal, in a creative thing. Look at me, I'm making all these videos. Look at me, I'm doing all these deliveries. Oh, look at me, I'm traveling. And then fucking 2 years later, you don't even know where these people went. They went into fucking the 9th dimension of laziness. They do nothing now. Or they're embarrassed that they failed. Failure is part of the journey. Failure is the test, which I hate. And I pray I don't have any more. Oh, God, it's enough. And even though I'm thankful. Failure is part of the journey to see, are you going to get back up? Okay. Because I want to tell you, whether you're taking an exam for a trade or to be a nurse or to do it, if you're going to let one failure, two failure, three failure, if you're going to let that scare you and not keep working while you fail, hey guys, sign up for destitution. Yeah. And a lot of people do that. And I understand it, because life, mentally, that's painful. And you got to do the work. There's no way around it. But there's always two options in life, you know. What type of life do you want to live? A life where someone else dictates to you how it's going to look? You ain't going to like that, but you're going to get that. Or a life where you do the work, you get committed, you go through the failure, and you go forward. It's either that life, or you're going to get a text message from someone you're dating with a picture on how they looked 10 years ago. And while it's nice to reminisce, you don't give a fuck what they looked like 10 years ago. You're dating the person today. I had a girl do that. I said, oh, yeah, you look good. You don't look like that anymore. Shit. Why are you sending me that picture? She was fishing for attention. Okay. You know, like, you know, cyber security. You know, they just send emails to everyone. See who's going to click on the link. They're just fishing. Okay. And, you know, I understand that. You're just window shopping, which I've done a little bit. You got to do a little bit of that. I mean, you can't skip that part. But then after a certain point, you got to ask yourself, are you committed? Remember the winter and the summer. And if you don't have this urgency, this fire under your ass, sit your ass down. Yeah, sit your ass down. And look how pretty the snow look. Yeah. Look how great it is to live close to your family. Oh, fuck out of here, man. And I'm not talking about some good people you may know. You know, this doesn't apply to everything. Come on, use some common sense. But remember this. Common sense ain't common. Sometimes I got to remind myself. You got to remind yourself. Why? Hey, you're not above, you know, making dumb decisions. But you fall, you get back up. But that's why you remind yourself of common sense. You remind yourself of your goals. Why? You got to check yourself first. Or else you're going to have some anonymous person online rolling around at noon leaving you a comment. Hey, check yourself. Sit your ass down. Okay? And go put your kid's plastic potty together. Fucking crazy motherfucker. This is life. On one side of life is you and your goals and your dreams. On the other side of life is someone who's doing a half-assed job of taking care of their kid. They got a plastic potty from Disney World. They did one video in 3 years, and they're criticizing you. So you have a question. You gotta ask yourself. Are you ready to go forward and hear the boos of the crowd as you make mistakes along the way? Or are you gonna sit next to the sloths who have flushed their dreams down a plastic baby potty they bought from Disney World 3 years ago and they still haven't put it together right? That's the ultimate question of your life. You decide.